Are you considering a used office chair? In this video, we're going to go over the top 7 problems that you should consider when shopping for a used office chair. Are you considering a new office chair? BTOD TV is your #1 resource for everything office chairs. Subscribe today so you don't miss out on any of our future content. Buying a used office chair can be an attractive proposition for some people. On places like Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, you can often find basic chairs for as low as $10 and high-end name brand chairs like the Aeron or Leap chair for a fraction of their retail price. While buying a used office chair gives you a significant cost savings, it does open the door for a new list of potential problems that you could be facing. The first problem that we're going to address is the lack of a manufacturer's warranty when you buy a used office chair. It is very rare for a manufacturer to offer a warranty that follows the chair and not the original purchaser. This means that as soon as you resell a chair or buy a used chair, the warranty is going to be void and it's not going to be valid for the next person that owns the chair. A warranty adds a lot of value to a chair. This is your guarantee that you're going to have a working chair for a set amount of years. Now, this becomes more important with the higher priced chairs, and the higher price you go, the better warranty that you're going to want. So with the high-end chairs from Herman Miller, Steelcase, Hayworth, brands like this, you're going to get 10-year warranties. It's going to include everything on the chair with things like parts, labor, repairs, all of that being covered, which really ensures that you're going to have a top-of-the-line chair for its entire life cycle, that 10, 12, 15-year period. Now, a warranty may not be as important as we go down the line and get lower and lower in price, but it still does add good value on low to mid-range price chairs. A very good example of this would be the warranty offered by Eurotech Seating, Raynor Marketing. They sell the ErgoHuman. They offer a wide variety of chairs ranging from anywhere to $100 up to $700, $800, and they all come with a lifetime warranty on the entirety of the chair with 5 years covered on the upholstery and fabric, which gives you a lot of guaranteed time out of a low to mid-priced chair. The next problem to be conscious of is that not all used office chairs are going to be composed of the original parts that were sold with the manufacturer. This is going to be much more prevalent when buying from a used office furniture company. Used office furniture is growing and growing in demand, so there's more and more sellers. The way that this works is these sellers will buy big lots of chairs from companies if they're moving, going out of business, whatever it may be. But let's say they buy 20 Steelcase Leap chairs, they get all the chairs in, now they have to examine them, inspect them, make sure that they all have working parts. If they do not have working parts, let's say a couple of them need new cylinders, some new casters, whatever it may be, these parts are not easily sourced from Steelcase. If you're going to get them from Steelcase, you're going to be paying a lot of money, which does not make it worthwhile to put genuine parts back on the chair. Oftentimes the genuine parts are swapped with lesser quality parts, often imported from China. So what can happen is your 400-pound rated cylinder on a Steelcase Leap can be swapped for a 250-pound cylinder that's made in China, and all of a sudden you don't have the same quality of chair. So give the chair a nice look over when you're shopping, when you're looking at it. Try to see if everything looks original to the pictures on the manufacturer's website, and if something doesn't, ask the seller why not. The next thing to consider is that a used office chair simply is not going to last as long as a brand new chair. Chairs are not meant to last forever. Things like the fabric, the foam, the armrests, all of that has a life cycle, and it will start to deteriorate and it will need to be replaced after a certain amount of time. This is why manufacturers have a limited time on their warranties. Things like foam and fabric are warranted for 5 years. That's a good indicator of how long the manufacturer expects something to last. So if you're buying a chair that has a 5-year warranty and it's 2, 3, 4 years old, then it's reasonable to expect that their chair is quite a bit of ways through its product life cycle, and you're not going to get that full length of time out of it. This becomes even more problematic when you do not know who or where the chair was being used. Now, you could get lucky. Maybe the used chair that you're buying was only used for a couple hours a week in someone's home office, and it's got a lot of longevity left in its use. But that chair may have been used in a 24-hour call center for the last 4 years and it's about ready to fall apart. You really have no idea unless you're certain who you're buying it from and what it's being used for. Otherwise, it's a bit of a dice roll. Used office chairs might have hidden defects. As we just talked about, chairs are not built to last forever. Things will break down. The foam, the fabric, the functions, things may not work properly as they did initially when you bought the chair. The problem here is that you're not able to tell if something is defective from a picture. So my best advice to you, if you're going to buy used, is to make sure that you see the chair in person, have a good grasp of the chair before you see it. Know what it should do, know how it should function, whether that's looking at the instructions on how to use the chair or maybe finding a video, whatever it is, try to be informed about what the chair should be doing and then test all of those functions while you are in the presence of the chair and you can use it to make sure that they do work. Test all the locking positions, test the cylinder height, make sure the seat slider works. Just go through it, make sure everything works without any weird noises or clunky sounds or tension that shouldn't be there, and you should be in a good spot. The next issue that I want to touch on is that buying a used office chair may mean that the upholstery that you're getting is not clean. This is going to be especially true, like the previous section, if you do not know who you're buying the chair from. So buying a used chair, you're not really going to know what it was being used for, if the person was eating in the chair, if they've spilled on the chair, what the hygiene is like of the person that used the chair, whether they showered regularly. You just don't know. So this is another area where I would highly recommend seeing the chair that you're considering in person. And it may sound weird, but smell it. Put your nose up to it and sniff it. And if it's stinky, avoid that chair because it's not going to be a good experience. It's probably not clean. And if it smells like it's been soaked in Febreze, then that's probably a red flag that it's stinky without the Febreze, so you might want to head in another direction. Now, all of these things are things that you do not have to worry about when buying a brand new chair. It's going to be freshly made right out of the box. No one has sat in it. It's going to have that fresh new smell. So definitely something to consider when shopping for a used office chair. The next potential problem when buying a used office chair is that it's not always going to be the more economical choice than buying new. I'll use the Human Scale Freedom chair as an example. This is a chair that sells for $1,000, $1,200. Let's say that you don't like that price tag. You search used, you find a few options out there for $400 or $500. Now this is going to provide you with a significant amount of savings, but it's going to put you to a decision. Do you take the savings and get a Freedom chair with no warranty, or do you pay the extra money to get a Freedom chair that's brand new that you know that you'll be able to use for the next 15 years guaranteed? There is no right answer here. It's going to depend on your preferences. Obviously, buying the new chair with the guaranteed 15 years of use is going to be the safer investment because you know exactly what you're going to get. But buying the used chair can be very attractive because you can really hit it big and kind of hit the jackpot. Because if that $400 chair does last you 10, 15, 20 years, then you get a ton of value on it. On the flip side, that $400 chair could fail after the first 2 months and you're out $400 with no warranty and expensive replacement parts that you can't justify the cost on. The final problem that we're going to look at when buying a used office chair is going to be for those of you that need the chair to be delivered. Almost all used office chairs are already going to be fully assembled without the packaging, which means that you're going to have a fairly large vehicle in order to make the pickup on that product. This is not going to be the case when shopping for a new office chair. Whether it's online or going to a store, getting the chair is going to be much easier than getting it used. If you go to a local store like Staples or Office Max, the chair might be on the floor, but you can still get it delivered to your location. And if you want to take it from the store, then it will probably be in a small box, knocked down, ready to be assembled. So it's going to take up a lot less space in your vehicle than a fully assembled used chair. Or you can just buy online, and all the online sellers that you'll be buying your office chair from will deliver it right to your doorstep. Deciding between a new and a used office chair can be a tough task. Do you make the larger investment up front for a new product to get guaranteed years of use with the warranty? Or do you go for the lower investment up front gamble away that warranty in hopes that the chair outperforms the price that you paid for it. There are going to be downsides with both options, but the used route is certainly going to be the riskier path that you can take, but it does have the potential to have a much higher upside than buying a new office chair. If any of these problems in the list were red flags to you, then I would probably recommend steering more towards a new office chair. But if you've seen all these problems and you don't think that they're a very big deal, then a used office chair is probably a great fit for you. If you'd like any more information on any of the problems that we've talked about in today's video, then I would highly recommend heading over to our blog. There's a link in the description where it will take you to a full write-up on everything that we've gone over here today. If you've made it this far, we would really appreciate you hitting that like button and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our future office chair content. Thanks a lot for watching.